Welcome back to Marbling. Your host, Christopher Karam. This episode, you're calling. It's more than what it is now. So, no matter what your background is, I feel like and know that making the world better is your job, is your duty, whether you look at it from a religious point of view, scientific point of view, or whichever. Your job is to help make the world a better place for other people. First, you start off with different levels. The root being yourself. You're not able to help anybody else until you help yourself. Once you help yourself, you're able to help support others, support your family, support your wife, your husband, then your kids. And then the level after that would be supporting your community. And then the level on top of that would be supporting the world as a whole. Now, there are different jumps, different leaps, different skills, a lot of different levels to improving all these layers in life. But I've noticed that when you start working on one, you just start the path earlier than the next. It's kind of like when you're investing, and when you're investing financials, your finance, your capital, any extra money you may have, you're sending that towards an account where over time it grows bigger over time. And that principle is universal, applies to everything, especially learning, especially self-development. Because what you know compounds over itself, and it helps turn you into a machine, helps you turn you into a full developed version of yourself, depending on what your goals are over time. And if your goal is to travel the world, make money, help other people, solve problems, uh, anything in between, consulting for clients, finding your own niche. Maybe it's just carving wood all day, being a carpenter, uh, whatever it is, you just become better at that over time. And you could use that skill in tandem with other skills at the same time to compound your effect on the world. So, all to say, it really is your duty to make yourself the best person you can. Especially as a guy, my firm belief is that you need to make yourself better, help make your community better, and that helps make your life easier. It gives you more meaning. And if you were to think about it also in the past, where you had a more tight knit community, most people focus about their local areas a lot more, and just helping them out, whether you're an investor, whether you're somebody who helps clean the streets, there was more fulfillment in that. And your brain is actually wired to seek that as a positive in your mind. It makes you feel better about yourself. It actually helps a lot of guys get out of depression too. From what I've seen, is that when people kind of just choose to take on their own burden, like for example, taking care of your family, taking care of your kids, it's not always sunshine and rainbow, but you love doing it because you kind of choose to, and you want to. Most people want to, at least. And when you get to choose what you want to quote unquote suffer for, I found that it just makes life so much brighter, so much nicer. And you can go harder into problems that you want to solve, whether it's business related or personal related or even in the gym. um I found that to be super helpful. And all around, everything kind of just helps work together to help support you up. I mean, if you were to think about, how you gymming supports your family, I mean, there are a lot of ways that supports your family. There's a lot of ways it supports your business, your career, a lot of ways it helps your mental health. And it's kind of like a positive feedback loop, because if you have better mental health and you have more money coming in, and you feel more motivated and driven at work, or in your business, and you bring that back at home, you're happier. Your wife, your kids are probably happier. It's all self reinforcing cycle that affects everything. Like everything technically kind of does affect everything. A little bit like that, the butterfly effect. But I found that this is a nice practice to have, because as soon as you start doing one positive thing, it's so much easier to keep going. But if you were to think about the negative side. So if you were to start something negative, it's super easy to continue down that path. But doing positive things every day is really gonna change your life. And you probably think there's a limit to it, and I can confirm to you there really is not a limit to that. I mean, I recently added a progress tracker to my daily routine to track my protein, track my steps, track how many cold calls I make, track all the activities that I want to do in my business, like with a little to-do list, how many crunches for the forearm, the gripper I do per day, taking my supplements, all that extra stuff. And I found that it just kind of set me more on fire than I already am, which I didn't really think was possible. But just seeing visually, like, all these tasks, all these things get completed, it's super motivating. Oh, on top of that, even the reading too. Reading every day, 30 minutes. I used to think I can't squeeze all this stuff in one day, but I went pretty wide. I put, okay, what are all the things I wish or I want to do? And let me see how much I can get done. Obviously, the first 2 days, I was only focusing on the the tasks that I was kind of habitually doing, more the business related stuff. But then day after day, literally in less than a week, I started to hit 60%, 70%. And now I'm averaging about 75% of my goals. My 10,000 steps, my gymming for an hour, 6 days a week, my gripper, my protein intake, my walk, my reading, my cold calls, my meetings, everything seems to be just smoothly going on fire. And I still have time in my day, which is super crazy to think about. I mean, you just prioritize what you want to take care of and you'll just start nailing them down. And I think that's true for a lot of humans out there, a lot of people, a lot of men out there too. Like when you put focus into something instead of just kind of seeing all the obstacles in your way, you start seeing the path in front of you. Oh man, I don't think you can stop anybody who's on that. So yeah, just start adding some positive stuff in your day, in your life, and even keeping track, keeping progress. It makes huge differences. At least it did for me. And I think it would for a vast majority of people. I think our brains are kind of wired for that gratification. Instead of getting that instant gratification from going on Instagram, TikTok, looking at funny memes, you can get that gratification from just seeing, oh, you finished your workout today. It does like a little animation. You got your protein in for the day. Okay, nice. Then you have like, okay, you knocked down six things you wanted to do today, and you nailed your to do list for the day too, and that gives you another sense of motivation. And I think it's kind of helping me rewire myself too. And like I can't recommend this enough. Like, yeah. So if you are thinking of actually like doing some positive steps, you can start with a progress tracker. You can get some for free. There's a ton of them on the app stores and stuff. And I just bought one. I think it was like $12 or something. It was pretty cheap for lifetime access. So really, really cheap price for a lifetime of benefits. And yeah, if you're thinking about if you want more in your life, then I think you start carrying bigger burdens into your life too. Like start taking on responsibilities, start taking on heavier tasks, start hiring people that you need to hire, speaking to the business owners, um, making big key decisions that won't ruin what you have, but that that you can't see and that is a step forward you need to take for your business. Because if you knew all the steps you take to get to where you want to go, you'd already be there by now. But the fact that you're not means that you don't know what you don't know. So you got to pay down that ambiguity, all the shadows around you that you can't see, the darkness around you you can't see through. You got to pay that down with time and with money and with effort. And then you're just playing the game at that point, playing the game you want to play. And I don't think there's anything more valiant and more rewarding than that. So this was Chris from Marbling, and keep going at it. Go get it.